This Hi, it's Victoria Mack, and I am here today. Now, this is an impromptu video. I'm just up here kind of filming a little bit, and I just realized that I just wanted to come on today and to do a quick video on some pros and cons. I've been loving Graduate Hospital. Now, I don't have a full list, but I'll just want to talk about what I like and love about Graduate Hospital, and as well as some cons as well. So now this is very impromptu. So let's we're just going to be real here. So I just want to be able to provide some value and some realness to this video and to this channel, and to provide anybody as to who's ever is interested in wanting to move to Philadelphia. Now, what I like about Graduate Hospital is, well, actually, let's just start from the beginning. Now, reason why I like lately, the reason why I just kind of want to be talking about Graduate Hospital is because for the past few weeks, in October, I have been sitting some open houses. Open houses have opened up again in Pennsylvania, and I kind of been, hey, I need to get out there and talk to some folks. I need to get some new blood into my database. Hey, it's the business. So I decided to do so, and I was like, well, let me do some air, and I just kind of went with whoever it was, who was available that needed open house assistance, homes that needed to be hosted. So I had, so this first address popped up, and I said, hey, I'll sit that on a Saturday, do 2 hours, fine. Get my stuff together. I think it was on North 20th Street. And, I did do a video on that, so I'll post that vlog. So it was my very first open house in Graduate Hospital. And I made some swag bags. So figured that, hey, I've been kind of out of the game. I need to kind of give myself some, want to stand out a little bit. So anyway, I had did some swag bags, which included popcorn, a taffy, the house that the listing sheet of the house that I was sitting at, and as well as a cute little pumpkin. Hey, it was autumn, and I had a tag in my name my business card. But anyway, one thing that I liked about it, that I noticed that I had really enjoyed about Graduate Hospital, was the fact that it was extremely walkable, and there was a lot of people that was walking around. It was kind of dreary, so a lot of places such as cafes, restaurants, bagel shops, because I was across the street from a bagel shop, and in the grocery store, I saw people walking up and down the street all around. I was like, hey, this is really nice. You can be able to walk around. Now, granted, there are some places where you can walk around. Philadelphia is fairly walkable, but what kind of perked my interest and just my awareness is, hey, there's a lot of people out on the street. There's a lot of people just walking around. They walk their dogs. They walk with their families. They're going to the market. They're going to go pick up a cup of coffee. Hey, this is a nice area. Now, there is a mixture of new, and another pro is that there is a mixture of new construction and older homes there. But a lot of the homes there have also been redone. So that's kind of a con because, home prices are a little bit higher. It's still Philadelphia. We're still kind of expensive. So that is a con right there. But nevertheless, in Graduate Hospital, a lot of the homes, you do have like garages. There's 1-car garages with driveway. So, where you have, where you can drive, and the even though the alleyways and behind the houses are extremely narrow, you can't really fit anything back there. You just have your yard and that's it. But regardless, you do have a drive. So they put the driveways and the garages in front of the houses so that, hey, that's a guaranteed spot. You can park your car, or that there isn't going to be anybody parking in front of your house because you have the driveway. So that's a pro as well. But nevertheless, the houses, there is some mixture between, new construction and older construction. And the homes, that even when I had sat at the last time, the home has basically had a lot of character. It was an older home. It had a lot of character. And going on to pro number 2 is that some of the older construction homes are older homes, have a lot of character. Now, this home that I was in, I loved this home. It had everything that a new construction would have, which is it has the 4-floor rooftop deck, and you have more than 2 bathrooms, and this particular home was on Christian Street, which is a main road in Graduate Hospital, and it's tree lined. It's beautiful, and on a nice warm autumn day, that wasn't too warm and it wasn't too hot. It was beautiful. It was extremely beautiful to be on Christian Street on that day. So this particular house had a lot of charm. And it had 4 floors, but when you're walking up the steps, it wasn't like you were running a marathon. Whereas brings down to con number 2, which is the new construction homes are like, don't get me wrong, the new construction homes are nice. They look nice. I don't have anything bad to say about them. It's just that them stairs, it's just like, sometimes the flow can be very choppy. It can be very choppy with the flow. In one house that I was in, it was the first floor, wasn't really a room. It was a room, but it was like you couldn't really do anything with it. And everything was on the second. Like, you had your kitchen and living room, and then you had your third floor, which had your other rooms, and then you had your master suite, and then you have your rooftop. Now, don't get me wrong, that house actually had a banging rooftop deck because you could see both sides of the city. You could see the north and the south, or east and west. You could see it had 2 rooftop decks. So that's one thing about that house, was that, even though the floor plan was a little bit choppy, you could see both. The rooftop was extremely good, but man, oh man, walking up them steps, if you have not been, now let's just keep it real. When you're in with COVID and you're not really out that often, and kind of put on a little bit of pounds, you haven't really been exercising as much. Going up the steps are kind of a little I need to finish that sentence. But anyway, that's one thing about that one house, and I really enjoyed the vibe of that house as well, because it had, like, on that particular street, there was, it was a very, it was a very quiet street. They had no cars because it was newer construction up and down. The houses all looked the same. They all had driveways. So you couldn't really park on that street because, you only had so much space to be able to pull in and pull out of the garage. Now, granted, the garages were kind of small in that I kind of noticed that people were kind of loading and unloading their stuff. They had to take their car out and then load whatever they needed to load into the car or out of the car before they can either go into their garage or they could drive away. So going to my third pro which is the atmosphere. That's some place. Like, one thing about Graduate Hospital that I would say is that everything is extremely close. The market is only a few blocks, and it's, pretty, and you can enjoy your walk. If you're looking to walk anywhere, you have a lot to look at. There's different churches and different shops and different restaurants. Philadelphia had opened up for indoor dining, and since the weather we're going into fall, and I don't know what it is about. It's probably because it feels special now because we've been inside for so long due to COVID. COVID has been going on from what I hear from. It feels like forever, and it's like, and it doesn't help with homeschooling and the fact, and with all that. So being able to go out and to walk down to your neighborhood restaurant for a cup of coffee or for a lunch or brunch or whatever, it can be very refreshing. Whereas, you may not, and to be able to support a local business, which is really great. And that's one thing that I really liked, is that the walk score is amazing. And it's not like, you're walking down the street and you kind of have to wonder what's going on. And and it seems like a lot of people do care about their properties, the houses. The houses are, a lot of the homes can be, I guess you can say, they're brownstones. I don't know if you would consider them to be true brownstones, but a lot of the people in the area, they do take care of their homes, and they decorate them extremely cute. Halloween's right around the corner, and it makes me, and to be honest, as somebody that has lived in Philadelphia, in the Philadelphia region, for majority of their lives, with the exception of a few college years outside of Philadelphia, I would say that if I was to move anywhere in the city, if I wanted to move downtown Philadelphia, Graduate Hospital would be the place that I would feel comfortable, and I would love to to have my family live in. It's extremely diverse. I saw people walking down the street with, of all different, races and ethnicities, walking around, and it and people just felt really comfortable. And that's one thing that I can say that I really enjoyed about Graduate Hospital. Just being there for the past few weeks, just hosting open houses and whatnot. It makes, it's nice to kind of be there. So it's something that I would love to bring my family to. If I was to move anywhere else in the city, it would be, if I wanted to be downtown Philadelphia, it would be Graduate Hospital is where I would consider to put that I would want my family to live in, because of the character of the homes and the extreme walkability of everywhere. You can walk in, and there's parks. It's really in it, and not only that, the schools are, or I looked at the schools as to what's in the area, and the schools are of a higher grade, higher level than whereas in other parts of the city are, different. So that's one thing that I would say about that. And going down to con number 3, and I'm going to end the video here. One thing that I kind of did not like about Graduate Hospital is that you have to have a permit. You have to have a permit if you want to live there, because parking on the street is a limit of 2 hours. So you do see people with tickets. Because they did not have a permit and they stayed longer than 2 hours in the spot that they were in. So depending on when this is uploaded, I know I've been late on my video uploads and whatnot. Real life, y'all, is real life. I gotta get on a better schedule on that. So, but anyway, on when I was there this past weekend, I was hosting 2 open houses in Graduate Hospital, all on Christian Street. So they were like exactly like a block away from each other. So it wasn't that bad. So I parked, even though I was going to be there for longer than 2 hours because of my open houses. I had my first open house from 11 to 12:30. Then I had my second one from 1 to 2. And that's like about like 11, 12, 1, 2. That's about 3 hours. Plus or minus. Well, actually more, because I had to turn out the lights and get everything turned off, and lock everything up and get my signs. So, but anyway, I had to move my car because I did not want to get a ticket. PPA is still out there just because it's still a pandemic. I don't want to get ticketed. And I do not want to pay $35 or actually $36, or unless they had raised the price of their tickets, of their parking tickets. I don't want to pay that. So I moved my car. Luckily, I was able to find parking. But yes, if you were looking to live in Graduate Hospital, or you purchase a home in Graduate Hospital, and you have a car or cars, and you don't have a garage, you're going to need to get a permit. And because it's Center City, there's a lot of people that do walk and live in the area. Parking can be scarce, and you have to get a permit. And the thing is that what's good about it, and this is a bonus tip, a bonus pro, is that there's stuff that's nice to look at. So you may not mind actually parking a block or 2 away from your house because there's no parking in front of your house. So that's one thing those are just about 3 pros, 3 cons, and a bonus pro about living in Graduate Hospital. So stay tuned for my other videos, and I need to work on figuring out how this upload schedule is going to go. I really enjoy doing the vlogs, and I hope you guys enjoy them too. Even though I'm kind of just showcasing kind of day in the life of a real estate agent, I'm doing just open houses for now. It may expand to something more than that, regardless on, just as, how you guys may want. But anyway, regardless, thank you for watching, and stay tuned, and I will see you on the next video.